Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Drive Next, to your go-to channel for the latest car reviews, comparisons, and all things automotive. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a ride. Today, we're diving deep into the 2025 Lexus NX, a compact luxury SUV that's been quietly evolving into one of the most compelling choices in its segment. Whether you're shopping for a premium crossover or just love seeing what Lexus is up to, this review is for you. Let's get started. So, first impressions. The 2025 Lexus NX comes into the year with a refined look, a bit more Polish, and just enough design tweaks to keep it fresh. It doesn't shout for attention like some of its rivals, but there's an understated confidence here that feels very Lexus. The spindle grille is still bold, but it's been toned down ever so slightly with more intricate patterning and a sleeker outline. It sits a little more naturally within the front fascia now, flanked by sharply designed LED headlights that feature Lexus' signature checkmark daytime running lights. The front end also gets a lower, more planted appearance thanks to subtle bumper resculpting. Air intakes are integrated more smoothly, and depending on your trim level, especially with the F-Sport handling, you get blacked out elements that give it a more athletic stance. It's sporty, but not aggressive. Refined, but still modern. Moving to the side, the profile of the NX stays relatively familiar, but there are subtle touches that enhance its proportions. The 2025 model comes with redesigned 20-inch alloy wheels on upper trims, with a new spoke design that adds a bit of visual motion even when the car is standing still. Lower trims get 18s with a clean look, but honestly, the larger wheels really help complete the silhouette. The character line running from the front fender through the rear is sharp but elegant, and there's now a slightly more defined sculpting along the lower doors that gives it a sense of motion. Mirrors are body-colored and feature integrated turn signals, while blacked-out window trim and roof rails on select trims add a touch of contrast. The side proportions are balanced: the short overhangs, a gently rising belt line, and just enough ground clearance to remind you this is still an SUV, albeit a very urban one. Now, walking around to the back of the NX, things get even more modern. The full-width LED light bar remains, a feature Lexus introduced a couple of years ago, but for 2025 it's been refined with crisper detailing and a more pronounced Lexus script across the middle. The taillights themselves are sleeker, and the lower bumper now has cleaner cut lines and less cladding, especially if you're in a higher trim where you get body-colored accents. There's also a new rear spoiler design and updated reflectors that make the rear feel wider and more planted. Let's open it up and step inside. If the exterior was about refinement, the interior is where Lexus really flexes its luxury muscle. The cabin of the 2025 NX is both driver-focused and tech-forward, with a layout that feels more cockpit than crossover. One of the first things you'll notice is the massive 14-inch touchscreen, a standard on most trims, which houses Lexus' latest infotainment system. This is a huge step forward from the older generation, which was heavily criticized for its touchpad interface. Now, everything is touch-based, intuitive, and snappy, with support for wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's also a smart voice assistant that lets you control climate, navigation, and media with natural speech. Materials are top-notch throughout the cabin: soft touch plastics, leather-trimmed surfaces, ambient lighting, and available open-pore wood or aluminum trim all contribute to an upscale feel. The F-Sport trim comes with bolstered seats, red contrast stitching, and aluminum pedals that lend a more performance-oriented vibe. Seating comfort is excellent in the front, with available heating, ventilation, and even a massage function on certain trims. The driving position is commanding without being too high, and visibility is solid in all directions. Rear seat space is generous for a compact SUV, with enough room for two adults to sit comfortably. Legroom and headroom are both competitive in the class, and there's a noticeable improvement in rear seat cushioning and support compared to older models. Cargo space comes in at around 22.7 cubic feet behind the second row, and nearly 47 cubic feet with the seats folded. It's not class-leading, but it's very usable. The rear seats fold almost flat, and there's a power liftgate with kick sensor functionality on most trims. Under the hood, Lexus offers multiple powertrains depending on what you're looking for. The base NX 250 uses a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter four-cylinder with 203 horsepower. It's smooth and efficient, but if you want more punch, the NX 350 is where it gets interesting, with a 2.4-liter turbocharged four-cylinder producing 275 horsepower and 317 pounds-feet of torque. That version hits 60 miles per hour in just under 6.6 seconds, which is plenty quick for this class. Then there are the electrified options. The NX 350 hours is a hybrid that pairs the 2.5-liter engine with electric motors to deliver 240 horsepower and incredible fuel efficiency. Expect close to 40 miles per gallon combined in real-world driving. It's not just efficient, It's also smooth and quiet thanks to Lexus' excellent hybrid tuning. At the top of the range sits the NX 450 Hours Plus, a plug-in hybrid that offers 302 combined horsepower and an all-electric range of up to 37 miles. That's right, you can do your daily commute entirely on electricity if you keep it charged. And when the gas engine kicks in, you've got serious power and instant torque. It's the most powerful and most efficient NX you can get, and it also qualifies for various tax incentives depending on your location. Handling-wise, the NX feels planted and composed, with well-tuned suspension and optional adaptive dampers on F-Sport models. Steering is nicely weighted, and the car feels agile in city traffic while still being stable at highway speeds. It's not a sports car, but for a luxury crossover, it strikes a great balance between comfort and control. Noise insulation is superb. Whether you're in traffic or cruising at 70 miles per hour, the cabin remains serene, thanks to laminated glass and sound-deadening materials throughout the structure. Even the hybrid and plug-in models transition between gas and electric power so smoothly that most passengers won't notice the change. In terms of safety, the 2025 NX comes loaded with Lexus Safety System Plus 3.0, which includes adaptive cruise control, lane tracing assist, road sign recognition, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross-traffic alert. New for 2025 is an enhanced driver attention monitor and intersection assist. Lexus takes safety seriously, and it shows in both the standard equipment and the car's crash test performance. Now let's talk about pricing. The 2025 NX lineup starts at around $41,000 for the base NX 250 with front-wheel drive. Step up to the NX 350 and you're looking at roughly $45,000. The hybrid NX 350 Hours starts at about $46,000, while the plug-in hybrid NX 450 Hours Plus begins just north of $58,000. Fully loaded, the NX can climb past $60,000, especially in F-Sport handling trim with all the bells and whistles. Value-wise, the NX remains competitive. It's not the cheapest option, but what you're paying for is Lexus reliability, a premium driving experience, and features that genuinely feel upscale. Plus, the hybrid and plug-in models offer serious savings at the pump or charging station. So, wrapping it all up, at a 2025 Lexus NX isn't a revolutionary redesign, but it's a thoughtful evolution of an already strong package. It looks more refined, drives better, and offers some of the best interior tech and efficiency in its class. Whether you're after luxury, performance, or sustainability, there's likely an NX that fits your needs. That's it for today's review. Let us know in the comments, so what do you think about the 2025 Lexus NX? Would you go for the turbo, hybrid, or the plug-in model? Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe for more reviews like this one, and we'll see you in the next drive. Stay safe and keep driving forward.